Oh my goodness. What's going on, everybody? It's the Indoor Hunter, and yep, it's another one of those videos. We are talking about Expansive World's latest live stream, which aired today, March 5th. By the time you guys see this video, it's probably going to be Friday or Monday. We'll see. We got to keep it on schedule. Unfortunately, we're not part of the early access group that gets access to this new update, so hit that subscribe button if you aren't already. We'll get there one day. That being said, this is probably the biggest game-changing update I've seen come to Call of the Wild since the Granted update, and maybe even a little bit earlier than that. Now, obviously everybody knows about the high power weapons pack and our 3 new weapons coming to the game. If you don't, go check out the last video that I made about it. It'll go more into detail. This stream and this video is about the pistol pack and update, which is huge. And probably one of the biggest things that they are changing is Black Bear drink time. Now, they have done this in the past to help appease Great One grinders, because back in the day, Black Bears actually drink at the same time that mountain lions do. Obviously, on Silver Ridge Peaks, that's kind of a big problem because mountain lions scare everything away. Granted, you could have always hunted black bears on different maps, but obviously, pound for pound, Silver Ridge Peaks is the best black bear map. They're changing time of black bears to where they actually drink during the day. 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. will be their new drink time. However, there is a huge catch to all of this. They are not doing a population reset. Now, some of you may be thinking that's awesome. Don't have to worry about that. However, the new alternative that they're doing instead of a map-wide population reset is a little different. I'm not going to lie. Essentially what they're doing is they're changing the drink times without a population reset. However, you personally have to reset your bear population. You heard that correctly. You are going to have to, if you have a current Great One grind set up, you are going to have to go through and shoot all of your bears, erase those need zones, so that way they will come back at the new proper times. Obviously, this is going to be kind of a pain in the butt, I think. I don't know. Maybe it'll be easier said than done. Or done than said. I don't know. Either way, it sounds a little complicated. It does save them from having to do population resets on every single map that black bears are on. But again, if you are on the or in the middle of a grind right now and you don't have that Great One black bear, it's going to be a lot of work getting it reset up. And I have a theory. This may be why for weeks now Jaxie's been saying don't go find all of your need zones, because this may be the future of how they make changes like this to our animal populations. They may not do map-wide population resets. I don't know. That's just my own theory on it. He didn't go really into detail on that. However, it does make me wonder if population resets don't actually affect Great One spawns. They've forever now, they've said population resets do not affect respawns, but I don't understand why they don't want to do that for all of these new maps, unless maybe the new map that they're working on, that it has some sort of effect on that. They didn't really touch on that too much. Anyway, that's the biggest change coming kind of sort of so far. There's a lot of other major stuff we're getting ready to talk about, but to stay on topic here, black bears are going to finally drink during the day. This is going to actually open up the possibilities to hunting on several different maps, not just Silver Ridge Peaks for black bear. I mean, we've got Layton Lakes, we've got New England, Mississippi. If there's any more, let me know in the comments below, because I know there's several maps that black bear drink on. It's just historically at night, Silver Ridge Peaks was the go-to map. That's definitely going to open it up, and it's pretty cool to see them actually listen to the community and say, hey, we're changing it for you guys. They're going to make this easier for you. They're leaning into the grinding community, which is good, because that's definitely a more popular side of things as far as the game goes, and it's pretty cool for them to actually listen to us. Another giant change that is coming to the game that I personally am very excited about is the handguns that are currently in game, with the exception of the 10mm auto, is going to become a double action revolver, meaning you could potentially fire the weapon as fast as you can pull the trigger, which is going to be huge because in my opinion, the 454 Rhino is actually one of the best guns in the game. It's like the 7mm, just way more powerful. Not only is that happening, they're adding speed loaders. I think we mentioned that in the last video, but they actually showed it in action.
In a nutshell, this is what we're talking about. So
you can see there, not only is the gun faster to shoot, it is insanely faster to reload, which I'm going to have to put some testing into this. I honestly think the 454 could actually become a main tier weapon to just keep in the loadout at all times because of how effective that reload is. And he goes on to say that the perks that go towards reload speed and all that kind of thing does actually work for this, so it actually makes it even faster. So very, very curious to see just how good the 454 can be. They also have done some slight model reworks when it comes to the 454 and the 357. I honestly couldn't tell without a side-by-side what exactly they changed. It does look a little bit cleaner, but we'll have to see when it goes live next Tuesday. Again, I'm really, really excited for the speed loads and the fact that we're going to be able to pull that trigger as fast as we can. Fire those guns. The 454 is insane, especially when it comes to like bison and stuff like that. I am super, super excited for that. However, these changes so far probably haven't even touched the surface as far as what the next thing we're talking about here is. That is class changes for a lot of species in the game. This right here is probably the biggest change coming with this update outside of all the bug fixes and stuff like that. They did mention that. Slight digression here. They did talk about how they were working on the problem where the animals near water will kind of zip around or fast travel around. They haven't gotten it quite perfect, but it's, I guess, much improved. They did also mention that our favorite little glitch about the wolves is starting to get worked on, getting looked at. It's a little bit better than it was, but I guess it's still kind of broken, so we'll see with that. Anyway, digression. Let's get back to this. This is a pretty major change to the game. A lot of animals are getting class changes. So, for example, Bobcat, Mexican Bobcat, they're going from a class 3 down to a class 2. Collared Peccary, class 4 to class 3. Pronghorn, 4 to 3. Wild Boar, 4 to 5. Feral Pig, 4 to 5. Bighorn Sheep, 4 to 5. Javan Rusa, 6 to 5. Mule Deer, 6 down to 5. Gray Wolf is actually getting upgraded to a class 6. Same with Iberian Wolf. Gemsbok has taken the biggest nerf with going from class 8 all the way down to class 6, which is interesting. I don't actually recall whether or not if he had said that their health is going to correspond with this class, or if it's just simply a class change and that's what's going to change your harvest check, which, depending on which weapon you use. I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess, when it goes live, because honestly, I could see this going pretty badly if, for example, a Gemsbok retains that class 8 health and you're trying to shoot it with, say, a 270. Sandbar Deer, class 6 to class 7. Rocky Mountain Elk are also getting a nerf, going from class 8 to class 7. American Alligator going from class 6 to class 7. Grizzly Bear going from class 7 to class 8. Saltwater Crocodile going to 7 to class 8. The reasoning behind this is kind of unclear to me. I'm not sure why they're doing this, unless they're just trying to balance some of the new weapons coming in. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe they're going to be adding some new species with the new map that's coming up, and maybe this is going to help better balance that because they've got some new stuff. I have no idea, but it's a major change that's going to take some time getting used to, because at this point, it's been years since we've had a class change of animals, and loadouts, especially for myself, are pretty common as far as what I carry and what I've got saved as my loadouts for different maps. That's going to have to change because some stuff's just not going to work anymore. With Mexican Bobcat going from class 3 to class 2, that unfortunately rules out the Marathi for those guys, which is pretty unfortunate because honestly, that was like one of my favorite guns to shoot Bobcats with. But we're going to have to play around with the, 223, the 243, 22, 250. And again, if these class changes correspond with their health, we could actually see a kind of rise in the use of those 223s, 243s and stuff. Those smaller caliber weapons might actually become better. I guess this is, again, like I said before, a way for them to balance the game. I don't really know, but it's a major update. And of course, at the end of the day, we are getting 3 brand new weapons that are going to ultimately be game changing. I don't really know so much about the 4570. We'll see. It's honestly a worse version of a 7mm, at least how it stands now. It's actually a terrible version of a 7mm right now. But if it's a little bit better and you've got the handgun version, it might be something worth it. You can really change your builds or your loadouts in this game. They're really kind of driving for the kind of build diversity, I guess you would say, if you want to use like an MMO terminology with this. The build diversity is going to be much greater now with these class changes, the new addition of the firearms. He did talk about the ballistic rework. It's not an actual rework, but they are making sure that the weapons actually fire true. So wherever your crosshair is, that's where the bullet should hit, dependent on bullet drop, of course. That has been kind of an issue in the past with some weapons. I know the Anderson 22, the handgun pistol, has been broken for forever. I don't ever use it because of that reason. So that should be fixed. Not that I foresee myself using that gun, because obviously the Virant or the Zarza is better, but I digress. They're really trying to make some improvements here, which is pretty awesome. So just to kind of wrap everything up here, big updates to the Black Bear drink time, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Brand new time. In order to get this to change, again, they're not doing a population reset. You're going to have to manually reset your populations by shooting out all the zones if you've got them discovered, and then you're going to have to go back and rediscover the new zones at their new drink time. So again, that could be kind of a chore, especially for those of you that already have Black Bear Great One Grind set up. If you're like myself and have been lazy and haven't wanted to do that because you don't want to hunt at night, well, this is going to be pretty awesome, because now I can just go to their new drink time and hunt it. But anyway, they are changing, as we still have the lists here brought up, they're changing the class types of several animal species. And then, I guess last but certainly not least, they are adding a customization option to binoculars and rangefinders, which is pretty cool. I'm looking at binoculars probably more than I am anything else in the game, so it'll be kind of cool to play around and see what you can do with that. Hopefully in the future they add customization to rifle scopes, because that would be awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you guys on the next one.